Hi, I'm Rhenda. Jim is somewhere and we're hardiness approach. Today, I am going to make cloud bread. Now, I've put out a cloud bread video before. I'll put a link to it right up here. And this cloud bread that I'm gonna make was taught to me by my sister, whose husband is a diabetic. And so this is a bread that's made out of eggs, and most people really like it. I actually am going to be making cloud bread pizza today. So in the video that you're going to see, she makes the cloud bread little rolls, and then you can toast them. And I just want to say that she puts vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 teaspoon of coconut sugar in her batter when she's going to make them for something that she's going to use that's sweet. For this today, we're not putting in vanilla or sugar. So let's get started. In here, in this bowl, I have 3 beaten egg whites with 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. All of the measurements of anything that's in here is only 1/4 teaspoon. So, the 3 egg yolks that went with those over there. Look at those gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful and orange as that from these wonderful eggs from our wonderful hens? So I'm beating these eggs, and now I am putting in 1/3 of this cream cheese. And so I'm just going to cut 1/3 of it off and put it in. And I have it at room temperature so that it melts a little bit better for me. So I'm going to kind of smash that down just a little to get it going. Into that, I am going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Pink Himalayan salt is in there also. And like I said, this is when she would add the vanilla or the sugar, but we're not adding that. Instead, let me do this up here. Instead, we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning because we're making pizza. Makes sense. So you can see that you can get really creative with this and just add a lot of different flavors doing, I had somebody who said they added the sweetener to it just that way, just a little bit, and then put fresh berries on the top, like a crepe. Really, really good. So as I mix this, I want to make sure that it all gets mixed in right, and you can see how precise I'm going to be on this. There we go. Ooh, that smells Italian. And once this is all mixed and really, really creamy, we're going to fold it into our egg white. All right, I ended up using a little bit of a whisk on there. And I just wanted to reiterate that this egg white has 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder in it. I probably said that already, but I wanted to make sure. So now I'm going to take this and very carefully, I'm going to use my blender, my spatula to get all the goodness out of there. And Jim, can you see the bowl that I'm pouring it into?
Yes.
So I want to make sure that they can see it. And I'm just going to fold it in like this, gently. And this just seems really looser than normal. Okay, that part's going to get cut out. I don't know. I went ahead and put a silicone tray on the bottom of this, so I'm going to make this come this way. And I'm going to spread this out to become our pizza. And now I'm going to stick it in the oven. My other oven is being used right now to make bread. So this is going into here. It's one of my favorite ovens. It's big enough for a whole big pizza thing to go into. 350. I'm going to put it in there for 10 minutes, and I'll tell you how much we actually cooked it when it gets done. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. All right, so now what I'm going to do is put a little bit of sauce on it. I'm sauteing, Jim is sauteing some onions and peppers. Homemade Italian sauce. Spread that on there. It cooked for about 12 minutes. I should have taken it out probably at 10, but I was in the middle of something else. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit more Italian seasoning on it. And Jim, let's go ahead and put those onto it. Just kind of spread it so that I can, yeah. Perfect. We're not having this be meat or anything extra today. We're just doing it with what we happen to have, which is peppers and onions. Obviously, it's a pizza. You can put the kitchen sink on it if you want. I thought I had more, but I didn't. But that's okay. I'm using 2 kinds of cheese. And I'm going to put it back in the oven for just long enough for this to melt together. And then we're going to try it. Okay. Cloud bread pizza. Why do we make cloud bread pizza? Well, the dough is made out of eggs. So it doesn't have anything gluten in it. It doesn't have anything that was going to raise your blood sugar. And so it's really great for diabetics. It's an alternative. Now, normally, the longer, if I took that bread out of there and I let it set for up to 5 hours, it takes on more of a bread texture. If I make it into the small ones, like in the video that you can watch, and I'll put the video up here again, then you can let them put into a baggie for overnight, pull them out the next day, throw them in the toaster, and seriously, they taste like bread. So experiment with it. See what you do, and I'll pull this out and let you see it in a few moments. Well, that didn't work. I want the cushion underneath it. There we go. That's supposed to be it. Okay, so it looks like a pizza. It smells like a pizza. It cuts like a pizza.
We'll test.
Mm. You want two?
Please. Do you want any?
I do. I'll just take this little corner piece here. All right. A couple of forks, a couple of bites. It's gonna be hot, June.
Not bad. Hot wise. Good flavor.
Oh, how come it tastes like bread? You guys, it really worked.
It's not as stiff as some pizzas, but some pizzas are way too stiff.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm really totally surprised. I would talk a whole lot more, but I seriously think this is delicious. So try it. Try the different ways. Try it with the recipe up top. Try it with this way. Great alternative. No bread. There's no carbs that are really sweet carbs in this. I mean, of course, there's always some carbohydrates, but nothing like, you know, if you're just having bread. Enjoy. Bye-bye.